So this is definitely one of the ones that you might want to get. Sadly, it doesn't paint the rocket part, which is slightly disappointing. I would like to see that, but overall, it's a very, very disappointing flash.
What's going on, guys? Still here. Today I kind of want to talk about my experience with the update so far. Honestly, I'm going to be pretty blunt. It's not a shit update by any means. The content that they've added really isn't too game-breaking. Well, most of it at least. For balance and stuff like that, like I'm fine with R60Ms being on the Russian MiG-23 and MiG-27 because they lack a lot of countermeasures, so giving them an all-aspect Fox 2, like a proper one, not just like some long stick boy like the R-23 was, is fine. However, they're kind of overperforming at the moment because for some reason their radar cross-section isn't allowing Sparrows to work like 80% of the time. Like, you just can't even get the Sparrow to realize the signal that you're trying to tell it. So, it's pretty dumb. But for the most part, they're fine. Things like that are fine. I don't know. Bug-wise, this has had a lot of bugs. Like, between the fuel bug, which they've already kind of fixed. Fuel drain is ridiculous. I know the Viggen eats a lot of fuel. I've flown it in DCS. It doesn't guzzle that much fuel on stage 3 afterburner. Like, you'll have a decent bit of fuel, and for some reason after 5 minutes of constant afterburner it seems to lose less fuel. I don't really understand what's up with that, but again, it's just kind of stupid. I really haven't enjoyed playing because of a lot of mechanic and bug related issues. The spotting mechanics in ARB seem to be complete trash again, for the most part. And now with throwing R60Ms into the mix, you can get killed from the front and not even realize it because it's right. Someone could be right in the top corner of your screen and you won't see them, and they're gonna R60 you in the face. So it's pretty stupid mechanic wise. The update has been very unenjoyable. But again, in terms of what they've added, for the most part, I don't really mind. Again, we've already touched on the R60M. The Sky Flash in the Viggen are kind of not bad, but a letdown. Something is just kind of off with the Sky Flash at the moment. Maybe I'm just launching them too far out, but I've just noticed that sometimes they don't really want to connect. And I've flown the Phantom with the AIM-7E2, and I've had a much better time, but they're the same missile. So I'm just tracking it down to the Viggen's radar itself, just kind of being clunky for the most part. The EJ Kai is insane. I've never even gotten it to notch. I've never gotten the radar to notch on Pulse Doppler. It's insane to have a Phantom with a radar that powerful. Of course, it's not too super game breaking because it still is just a Phantom. You know. That's just how it is. I have nothing really else to say about the EJ Kai. They're just kind of ridiculous from my experience in dealing with them and then flying it. But yeah, one thing that really is bugging me though is it's been 3 patches, I think 4 now, 3 or 4 major updates that I've said that they need to move the air spawns and ground RB back to the airfield, because spawning in something like the MiG-27, the MiG-23, and the Su-17, their wings are deployed when they spawn all the way out. And in the MiG-27, I actually had an occasion where I was trying to dive away from the SAMs that I knew were up, but I was on Stalingrad. I forgot how close you actually are to the map on Stalingrad, that when I tried diving away, my wings were still trying to sweep back, and my wings actually exploded, trying to get out of the way to SAMs. Game spawned me in like this. What the fuck? Bro! The gimmicks of the MiG-27M's guided munitions, the fact that none of them can track moving ground targets, really are a big letdown. And quite honestly, the plane is just completely useless to me. I would much rather take the Su-17M2.
Done.
Yeah, totally, I see it.
Found an A8.
Yeah, it's a heli, I see it.
Where? Fuck! What? That wasn't even close! One thing that I find a big issue on top of the air spawns not being moved back is the new addition of IRST on SAMs. They've made the Tunguska arguably the best SAM in game because it combines both 8 very, very good missiles and 4 guns for 30 millimeters specifically, in giving it the ability to track aircraft without them knowing. I don't know if Moz equipped helicopters will know. I haven't been on the receiving end, and I haven't really played too much of my Tunguska as of this patch yet, because I haven't really played too much Russia. But it's kind of ridiculous when I did the one or two matches I did of just killing people without them even knowing. Like, the second they spawn in, they're thinking, oh, there's no SAM up, and then they're dead because of IRST. It is one thing that I think that never should have been added for SAMs for the sake of balance over realism. The automatic gets it as well, but the automatic is a little bit more balanced because it is just firing an actual round. It's not firing a missile. So you can kind of see the rounds coming in, although this tracer has changed a lot for that thing. But yeah, for the most part, IRST is probably the biggest thing that never should have been given to tanks. To aircraft, it's a different story because there's a spotting system and all that stuff. But for SAMs, it's kind of ridiculous. It's honestly unfair. They've made CAS like almost non-existent at top tier, although the biggest issue with CAS still residing with the G91 spam and the bullpup spam on, you know, the A4 and such at like 9.0, 8.7 to 9.0-ish area is still, it still exists. It's ridiculous that is still a thing. We don't have any sort of IR SAMs like the Chaparral system and the Strela system in order to even counteract, you know, the typical just spawns in and flies straight up and has no repercussions. So quite honestly, that's the next area that needs to be looked at balance-wise. Yep, the T-80 BVM needed relict. Yep, sure. So the last thing I wanted to touch on was a couple of additions. The Type 87 RCV, ridiculously under-tiered. The T-80 BVM getting relict for the side armor on like an upgrade package, completely unnecessary, considering the BVM is already like arguably the best MBT for the Russians. The B3 getting it, okay, I understand, but the B3 is also a lot fucking slower. The BVM, they just gave the BVM like a get out of jail free card when it comes to getting autocannoned in the side by the autocannons that will actually see like the CV90. So that's pretty stupid. And the HSTVL as well, now that I come to think of it. But yeah, other than that, I really don't have much in the way of personal experience. Like I said, I really haven't played too much, other than today, yesterday, and I believe it was Tuesday when I streamed. So yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I assume a lot of you have definitely been playing a lot more War Thunder than I have. But for now, I'm going to go play some Armored Warfare or something, because I really haven't enjoyed my time playing today. So yeah, anyways guys, as always, I'm Steel Wolf, and I'll see you guys next time.